We're trying to figure out what the worms eat. I know, we'll look at it.
The apple experiment begins with predictions of what the experiment might reveal.
You guys think that worms, how do you think they eat the apple?
They dig through the hole.
You think they dig through? Okay. So let's write down. We think that the worms
don't have teeth.
Okay, but Colleen thinks worms don't have teeth, so how can they eat through the apple? That's a good question. Okay. So the worms.
So they can eat it with not their teeth. They lick it first, and then they dig through it, and then they eat it with no teeth.
Okay, so they lick the apple first.
Yeah, they do with their tail. No.
You think they eat with their tail?
Yeah. They don't have a tail like the fish.
We have some stuff to learn. So do worms have a tail?
No.
That's a question. Do worms?
No, they don't.
We'll have to find out. We got to look it up. Do worms have a tail?
Worms have tails.
They lick the apple first and then they dig through it? Then they dig through
the tails
and eat it. Okay. What we decided, the first thing we need to do is put in what? Put in soil. So we're going to get some soil, and then we got to put in something else. We're going to put in soil and dirt, and then who's going to eat the apple?
The worms.
So we're going to put some worms in it, and then we're going to cut up the fruit, and we're going to put the fruit in. So let me grab the worms and the dirt.
That could be the mom. That's a baby.
And this one's kind of medium, so we've got the biggest. Do you see it moving?
Let's put in the apple.
All right. How many worms do we want to put in?
3.
3? How many?
As the worms are added, the students are challenged to count the worms.
How many worms should we put in?
No, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, so is that how many worms we're going to put in? We talked about putting in 10.
They enjoy the tactile experience of handling the worms.
Okay, so does anybody else want to look for worms?
I do.
Come take a look, or you can look down here in this dirt. I think some worms came out. See him? Here's this one end of him. Here's the other end of him. I'm not sure which end's his head and his tail, but let's get him out here. Come here. So we had 7. This is number 8, 7, 8. So how many more do we need? 9, 10. How many more do we need? 2 more. Okay, so Jack, do you want to take him? Don't put him on the apple. We got to see. Wash your hands, RC. Okay, so we need 1 more. Okay, Colleen, can you if you're ready, put the worm in. All right, if you want to take a little scoop of dirt and put it in, you may. Would you like to do that? You'd like to plant those? Okay, put a little chunk of dirt in there. There we go.
Later, the students discover that earthworms will not eat through an apple.
Vicki, how many did you put in? 1? Do you want to do 1 or 2 scoops of dirt? 2, okay. Each friend can put in 2 scoops of dirt.